All right, so what's up, dog? It's Tuesday talk. That's great, but um, that's what I wanted to say. Anyways, um, another week has passed. It's been 3 weeks into, basically the entire thing, and it means it's time to make an update on where are we, where is the mental at, how's the progress, and all of those things. Well, and overall, the progress. The one thing that really is in the process is basically the daily challenge, and that really takes the most of my attention at the moment. And building this routine and sticking to it, that's the most effort, attention, energy, brain power, willpower, everything goes in there, to stick to it, to improve it little by little. So I'm not, blindlessly doing the exact same thing. So I, need to track the progress, improve here and there, so I can actually have a result. Like, for example, gym. I don't see that much of a change in my weight, right? But it's only been 3 weeks, and I do move a lot. I do walk a lot. I do probably burn a lot of calories. So maybe my previous calculation, what I estimated, is a little bit off. However, I do feel great. It's been 3 weeks of daily gym. I feel the pump all the time. So maybe a little bit of water, all of the muscles, all of the body. So makes me feel kind of pumped and great. The improvement, little change. What I finally did yesterday is that I have my like exercise routine schedule written down. For these first 3 weeks, basically, I just did. I did a push pull leg split. Um, I just was repeating. Well, uh, I do have some experience in exercising and going to gym, so I kind of have an idea of what I can do. But my goal was to be there daily and make this habit, right? To have less of the resistance to go actually there. But now I finally did write my exercises down. My plan, let's see. Yeah, the plan is a better word. I wrote my plan down for what I'm gonna do today. I basically follow the Jeff Nippard. I just took one of his push pull leg splits from, I don't remember the year, but I think it's 1 or 2 years old. Nevertheless, it's some kind of a mm, uh, kind of a basic baseline. Oh, sorry, that would be the baseline to start tracking the progress. See what exercises I might add more or less. However, it's all gonna be um, changing, but that's a good baseline to stop tracking it, because that's impossible to memorize what you were doing and how many exercises, how many repetitions, how many sets you did, how do you feel, um, was it easy, was it hard for you, could you do more reps, or maybe you add more weight next time. Anyways, that's it for the gym, because there's a lot more other things to talk about. Let's stop right there. um, so yeah, overall, I would say I do still have some down moments, some tough times locally, but overall, I am more aligned with my vision, with my goals right now. Uh, um, I finally do have a sense of, I finally do have a sense of purpose, of understanding what I'm doing. It's probably what I said in one of my recent shorts. is that I was expecting to be waking up fired up for the day because, well, I'm working towards my goal. That should be easy. That should be exciting. That should be like all energy, all fire, all fun. Let's go. Like no breaks, just rush towards it. Like give all you got. But it's not like this, and I was quite surprised that it really, working towards your dream is indeed work. It's not a vacation. It requires a lot of effort as well, and that's on top of all of the things you have to do. I do now understand why people struggle, for example, to change their lives and maybe start implement new habits, change their lifestyle, especially once they're older and once they got really into their routine and the certain lifestyle they had, for example, for 10, 15, 20 years. Because it's really, really hard to find the time, find the energy to keep on going, to repeat the same exact tasks with without much progress in the moment, because every single day is just a little step towards the big impact. So you have to get through this grind, and it's indeed work. And what's more important, it's work where no nobody needs that work to be done. Nobody cares about that work. Nobody depends on that work, right? So when you go to do your job, you have a task, you perform the task, you solve the problem, you create something, you do something, and whatever, right? Then you have an effect of that. Here, however, you do it for yourself. So it's a lot more difficult because it seems like it is easier to give up and stop because there's no boss. There's no somebody who needs that to be done. There is no client who tells you, I'm waiting for that. There's no manager. There's no payment for that, right? It's all here and it's all for you and it's all comes from you and for your dreams. And therefore you like, maybe I don't want that much. Maybe I'm fine right here, right now, as it is. All of these thoughts go through your mind and through your brain. That's why this is the work. It's literally work because you have to put the mind and effort, time, energy, all of that on top of your um, like on top of your routine, and then there is no uh, fast reward. There is no boss. There is no manager who will keep track of it. It's all you. All you. All you do it all yourself for yourself, right? Again, that's why it's so difficult, so hard. And what I want to say as well is that um, I kind of went through that initial stage where I was still, there was thoughts of quitting and giving up, and maybe I don't want it that much. I think I'm past that initial stage. Um, those those simple routine daily tasks are more of a on their way to become habits. I no longer think and have a resistance towards doing them. It's more of I know that I have to do this and I will do this. So there's no question whether I do it or not. I just plan my day the way I can fit it in, all of these things. So there is no back and forth. It's okay, we're doing this. Now when? Now how? Right? What sequence? What's the plan for the day? However, my days are pretty chaotic. Uh, each and every single day is different from the previous one, because sometimes I stay late because I didn't manage to do some of the tasks, and I have to finish the shorts sometimes pretty late, and or I finish my job later, and maybe I should go to gym a little late at night. All those things move my sleep time, move my waking time, and then the next day, well, I go do my job right now, or do I start with the gym? Do I start with something else? How I organize the day. So my days are pretty chaotic. They don't have a structure. I have to each and every single day decide what I do when, but there is no question of whether I do it or not. So, and I do understand that I'm kind of in a transition from, let's say, all of the previous life behaviors to my desired new ones. It's a transition stage where I wish that would take me less time to spend on those daily. I point there because I have my whiteboard over there, so I look at it right now. I wish it would take me less time to organize things and find a place for them, and to move throughout those tasks so smoothly, like to maybe pack some of those together so I can really really like squeeze them together so I um, don't lose the time and energy unnecessarily, if there is a word like this. So to be efficient with those tasks, because those tasks um, are not the big goals, right? However, um, I do understand that it will take time to settle it because it's new. I'm still in the process of figuring it all out, how to manage it. So I do understand and accept the fact that it will take time before I can maybe begin to squeeze in some of the bigger goals, some of the bigger dreams into the schedule and working towards them. I'm kind of not only in a transition stage, but also in a stage of survival roguelike game, I would say. Because I do need to survive first. I do have, I just must do the job to fund my basic needs. It's not that I now sit on a pack of money and I can, go on a vacation and accomplish one of my dreams right away. I do first need the money to sustain myself, and then I will think of how I can organize and manage all of the extra money. Right now, I'm bare minimum survival game and roguelike because every single day is the same. I try not to complicate it too much. I eat the same, I do the same, so it becomes more of a routine, more of a habit. Then I can implement more and better. But as I told you, I already had improved my gym plan. I have it. Cool. That's a new habit to stick to. It's a new habit to repeat day by day by day until it becomes a habit that I don't have to think about on a daily basis. And then I'll put something else on top of that, and now and more and more and more. And once I'm, and next thing you know, you're working towards your big goals. But right now, I have to manage and figure out all the fundamentals and basics, so later don't um, they don't consume that much time and energy. But let me check my notes if I wanted to talk about anything else. One thing for sure is that I finished that book. I finished that book today. I do kind of want to make a review of odds, but I first want to finish this one as well because there's a fun story about those two books and how I just um, found one and then somehow bought the other one. I don't want to dive into this that much. I've been reading those books simultaneously almost, but then I stopped here as soon as I got towards like 20th century, I think, and I have 50 more pages to finish this book. It's a little, it's a smaller font, so it'll take more time because this is a tiny book with a pretty large font, not that much um, to read. This will be a little difficult, so it'll take me a little time. But this book is not going to count. I would count those books um, as one. They actually have the exact same title, just written by different authors in different time. This is a newer one, this smaller. This and the other one, the blue one, is an older book. Both are very interesting, and I think they perfectly complement each other. That's why I'm pretty happy I randomly got those two together. It was a complete accident and chance. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, two more things. Those are the closing thoughts would be. Uh, One is that, as I said, I do find sometimes myself uh, in a lower energy places, but those are a bit more rare compared to, let's say, if I look a couple months ago. I do have a lot. I think a sense of purpose and the idea behind the goals, and the board was like a huge improvement. Having those things right in front of me every single day, being able to write things down, and then have some daily tasks extra, just to remind us that I can put on the. That's extremely useful and helpful. I also do catch myself sometimes scrolling and wasting my time procrastinating. But again, it's a lot easier to stop as soon as I regain my conscious in the moment. Because again, I do have tasks that I care about that are important to me, and so I just, as soon as I regain consciousness, that I wait, what am I doing? It is easy advance to me to get to the important tasks. Um, oh, back to the books. I do have a next book. The next book already coming. Maybe I'll pick it up. Uh, Maybe this week. Uh, in the meantime, I can read this. I'll finish this blue one. I think the next book is going to be very useful for me. I got it recommended once, and I do understand why that book was recommended to me. It's more on the side of self improvement kind of type of book. It's not that I necessarily want to read only these type of books during this, let's say, year during this challenge, but that book was recommended to me, and I see why. And if that contains, let's say, the solution towards my um, pattern of behavior, that would be perfect. It will be very important to read this book right now in the very beginning, because this will impact the rest of the year and the rest of the dreams and goals. That will be huge. And a little about the inner dialogue, because I spend a lot of time by myself, a lot of thinking in the meantime. And I have noticed that I do have a lot less of a negative self-talk. It happens sometimes still during, especially during those lower moments. But it's easier for me. It takes less time and effort to recognize those thoughts, those self-talk, the toxic, maybe a little destructive, um, criticizing, and get back into the encouraging, more of a friendly mindset towards myself to keep me going. That is a huge improvement. I don't work on that. It just comes naturally. The same way all the self hate and criticism came natural to me. It just appeared. I didn't work on that. I just um, did not know how to talk to myself other way, and so it leads to a lot of it led to a lot of um, destructive behaviors and habits and all of that stuff. Right now, there's a lot more of the encouragement, of the hyping up, of the friendly mindset. And again, it just what comes naturally when I have what I work towards. I do have a thought about, this concept, the idea of it's you versus you. Sometimes you are your worst enemy, and maybe for some people, self improvement is actually getting past themselves, and um, they see that as them working against their past self, their current self. But in my idea, from my perspective, when you have that mentality, when it's you versus you, you will always lose, because it's you versus you, and there's gotta be a winner and there's gotta be a loser. So who's gonna be the loser? You're gonna be the loser. And it's pretty often that when it's me versus me, it's the current self against the idolized perfect self. And obviously, the perfect self will probably like win because it's better, stronger, and all of that things. And yeah, if you, let's say, fail and struggle, you might turn on yourself and discourage you from going forward just because your expectations were set too high and you just don't have the motivation to go further just because you expected more from yourself. But as long as you do your best, it doesn't really matter. So the concept is you have to, well, it's helpful to me because I have this destructive and self hating mentality about, right? But I find more of, let's say, you with you, like me with me, uh, when you become your own best friend and coach and the person you can rely on and the person who encourages you, gives you the motivation, hypes you up, and gives you all of the credit, tells you that you can do this, helps you, supports you, all those things. You can be that person to yourself, because if you can hate yourself, you can also be the one who supports yourself, right? I mean, basically, your main supporter and friend is so beneficial, because now you kind of have these unlimited power to do things and accomplish things. So yeah, it's totally what's happening, kind of naturally, and that is cool. Yeah, and that's is it. This is it. Third week. Third week. I'm still not on the side of having fun with my life. Like I'm not somewhere where I'd say, the reason I'm pointing this out is because I think when you move through life effortlessly, playfully, in a good manner, you take things easy. The struggles are not that big, maybe, and all the problems you get through them easily. All the positives are more exciting. When I speak about fun, I'm speaking about being less serious, being less stiff, being less scary, being less having less expectations towards how things should go, and being more relaxed with the way I say that. Being more relaxed with things, being more adaptive, being more fluid, being more playful, being more creative, being easier with yourself, easier with others. I'm naturally, I think I'm naturally kind of that type of person, but I just really build a solid, um, like a tough skin, So I became very serious and took all the colors away from life. Myself erased all the colors. It's all gray. No fun. No color. No. Yeah. No. 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 No play. And yeah, I think this way you attract more people, more like-minded, and then you're easier in the conversation, in the connection. So just take your life a little less serious. I mean, it's important, yes, but uh, it's kind of yours anyway, and there is no rules really. You can leave it anyway, and nothing is promised. Therefore, everything is possible. So, kind of chill, relax. Don't be so serious. Don't be so stiff. Don't be so scared. Don't be so criticizing, judging, and all of those things. More playful, more fun. And that's gonna be it. Another week. I'm looking forward for week 4. That will be the entire, almost like a month. So yeah, just keep on going. There's a lot of um, work ahead of us. So keep on going.